My name is Jesse Rhoades. I'm an associate professor at the University of North Dakota. I teach in our kinesiology program, and I'm here today to talk about a recent paper I had published with a co-author at the University of Victoria in Canada. Now, our paper it dealt with reciprocal recursive non-conscious mimicry, and I'm going to get into exactly what that means here in a second. But that has actually been a building point of my career at this point. So over the past 8 years, I've really been working towards this notion of reciprocal recursive non-conscious mimicry. And essentially what that does is it looks at how students learn from each other outside of the reference from a teacher. So essentially what the paper that we just had published did was it went through all of the theory behind this idea of mimicry, or some people call it the chameleon effect. We like to call it non-conscious mimicry, but we take it a little bit further beyond that and we say it's reciprocal recursive non-conscious mimicry. So that doesn't mean that people just mimic each other. It means that I mimic you, you mimic me, and together we come up with a cooperative product. And we think if teachers can get students to do that, that we can have a more rich learning environment where students can actually produce better product than if they were just working by themselves. And the paper that we just had published dealing with this topic has actually led to this experiment here, where we're actually having students learn in a cooperative fashion, and we're capturing kinetic information about them as they're learning. And through that, we can actually detect if they're mimicking, if they're co-mimicking, and then we can compare that learning to people that are learning by themselves. And through that, we hope to make up some fairly good teaching methods that will help physical educators out in the field increase the overall motor competency of students. And we know the reason that's really important is motor competency is one of the greatest predictors of physical activity later in life. Physical inactivity actually, is one of the major causes of a litany of health-related issues. It's one of the biggest health concerns of our time. So physical educators that can get students motor competent faster and keep them motor competent are going to have lifelong effects on those students. So this type of research has some real world impact on children, and more importantly, children that are going to grow into healthy adults and be healthy later into life. So this paper is titled Reciprocal Recursive Non-Conscious Mimicry, Improving Motor Competence Through Modification by Adaptation. And it was published in Curriculum Studies in Health and Physical Education with my co-author, Tim Hopper at the University of Victoria, Canada. And our work together, we've actually published several works on this topic, and it's an ongoing international collaboration, not only with Tim, but other people like Alan Ovens at the University of Auckland, Mike Jess at the University of Edinburgh, and there are several other authors that have contributed to this over the past few years.